This is an interesting little book. I've just been on holiday and I thought to myself, let me take a little book with me to read on the plane and to read when I'm bored on holiday, pass the time away. So it's basically a novel. I don't normally read novels. I like more factual books. But I thought, let me read a novel because it's good to get your imagination going from time to time. So this one was of particular interest because of the title. The title's not Christian Jack. That's the name of the author. So I don't know why he's bigged up his name like that to make it look like the title. This is the title here. Master Hiram and King Solomon. So it's basically a story of King Solomon setting to work to build a temple. Obviously, the famous Solomon's temple after King David passes away in the story because he couldn't get it done. But in the book, it explains to you how David basically got everything in order to start the building, but it was advised by the clergy not to build it because it was basically prophesied to be a failure because of the life that he led. So he succumbed to what they told him and just relaxed and saved it for his son to finish for him, Solomon. So this book is all about Solomon and all of the issues that he had to go through to get this temple finished. Now, this Christian Jack, he's a Egyptologist and obviously an author. I didn't know he wrote so many books. I've never even heard of this guy. I wasn't even looking for this book, to be quite honest. It's one of them ones, I'm looking for another book, but this one, popped up as recommendations, and I was reading a little profile of it and I thought, oh, that sounds good. So I bought it. It was only a couple of quid. But after reading it now, I'm going to get some of his books because it's really, really good. Very, very good story. Because he's done his homework on ancient traditions and lifestyles, how the people lived and all that. So he's brought the time period to basically life, gave it life. So you got a better understanding of how people lived, the attitudes towards each other and everything like that. So it's good. I'm glad I read it. So yeah, very, very interesting. From what I've read in the Bible of the Solomon story, and obviously it differs to the Masonic mythos of Hiram and King Solomon as well. This is slightly different again. Obviously it's a novel, so fact and fiction. But sometimes there's more fact in fiction, if you get what I mean. Very, very, very interesting little book this is. So let me show you a little something you might find interesting. Where is it? Have a look at this. I'll read it to you. In the moonlight night, King Cheops' pyramid emerged as a huge mountain whose white limestone facing shone in the darkness. Bloody hell. I'm getting my tongue tied here for some reason. Simon and the master mason went inside after having gone through the silent alleys of the high temple. Horemheb knew the plan of that prodigious building that no builder would ever equal. The Pharaoh ordered him to descend into the subterranean room and fetch the ritual objects that had been deposited there many centuries before. The master mason crouched and slipped into the narrow granite conduit that led into the earth's entrails. When he came back up carrying his precious burden, the Pharaoh embraced him. From now on, your name will be Hiram. Isn't that interesting? I thought this master mason was supposed to come from Tyre, or however you pronounce it, Phoenician. Now again, this is a novel, but I'm going to have to do a little bit more research now because of what he's let loose here. Let me see what this guy's been studying in his bibliography. Let's have a look. So he's gone to E.A. Wallace Budge. I've got a couple of his books. The Dwellers in the Nile. The Life, History, Religion and Literature of the Ancient Egyptians. Who else has he got? Donald B. Redfern. Egypt, Canaan and Israel in Ancient Times. And the Archaeology of Society in the Holy Land. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, so that's where he's gone for his factual information, and obviously he's done years of Egyptology as well. And there's another little interesting thing that I found in here. Where are you? See if I can find it for you. I've butchered it by folding the pages. Some people won't like that. Only cost me a couple of quid. Where is it now? Where is it? Now, this will be of special interest to some people who are part of a certain society. Where should I start from? Let me start from here. Lost in the heart of Gehenna, lying on the soil, was a huge block of pink granite. Hiram remembered his master's teaching. Was this not the stone that had fallen from heaven, the treasure offered to the artisans by the architect who created men, so that they may build God's sanctuary? The possessed man stood up. Suddenly his delirium calmed down. Do not touch that block, Master Mason. No force from below or from above can lift it. Hiram did not listen to the entreaties. When his hand touched the granite polished to perfection, he knew that masterpiece had come from Egypt. Only an adept from the House of Life could have thus polished that black and pink surface. Forget that, exhorted the possessed one. Go away, keep out of this place. Otherwise your work will be destroyed. The madman's scream rang in the sky. With a leap, he threw himself into the fire. His rags caught fire, his hairs became torches, he died laughing. Terrified, Hiram nevertheless felt a terrific joy. He had just discovered the temple's cornerstone. A pink cornerstone. Found by Hiram. Pink. So members of a certain society out there will be, there's something for them to think about. Certainly something for me to think about as well. It caught my attention, that did. This book's full of little gems like that. Will make you think. It's not just for people who are members of certain societies anyway. This is a brilliant little novel in itself. Because it's basically, like I say, it's basically a story of the relationship between Solomon and Hiram. And the intrigues between his master mason, his Jewish master mason. Because the Jewish master mason obviously wanted the work of building the temple, because it was for the Israelites, but none of them was up to speed. He had to go out there and search for a proper master of the arts, and he could only find that from outside. Hence, the Egyptian, according to this book, Master Hiram. All the intrigues from his chief priest, because everything goes well at the start until he starts to build his temple. Now, you would have thought everyone would have been on his side. All the Jews would have been on his side, but no. No. Whole heap of trouble starts from when he starts to build his temple. And when you start reading this, you'll find out it's a brilliant little book. Only a couple of quid. And like I say, if you're someone who's following symbology, you'll love it. Brilliant little book, this. This one's not too bad either. But yeah, go and buy it. Give you a couple of tasters in there. Gives you a few things to ponder on. And like I say, it brings it to life. All of mythologies and all of that, they're all straightforward. It's like, Solomon built this temple, everyone loved it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nah, this makes it a little bit more realistic. Intrigue upon intrigue. Lovely little thriller. Master Hiram and King Solomon. Yeah, go and check it out. Peace.